Welcome to Conversations with the Chamber. I am Jim Burnette, the Director of the Eden Chamber of Commerce, and today I'm very pleased that we have a guest of Joey White with Eden Lawnmower. Joey, welcome to Conversation with the Chamber.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah,
thank you, Jim.
Good. So with this, Joey, what we want to do is let everybody know about you and what's going on. So I'm going to ask you a few questions about your business and so on. So now, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that business has been around a little bit longer than you, hasn't it?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm a little bit younger than the business. The business has been around since 1967.
Okay.
So yeah, it kind of precedes me a little bit, and but you know, it kind of started. Tom Ramsey is the original owner and founder of the business, and my grandfather ended up acquiring it from him in '77. So it's kind of been in the family since 1977. So we've been around 40. I think Dad was saying the other day he's almost 50 years in it, himself.
Right.
So
okay.
quite a bit of time.
Yeah, good family tradition there.
Yeah.
And you've changed locations also from where it was initially, correct?
Yes, actually, the original location was in the spray area down at the bottom of a hill. I don't know if you remember. Dry. Yeah. So then from there it moved up on Virginia Street, and it was there for a while. And then in 1988 we moved to the East Aiken Road location. It's been there since. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Good.
And we're about to expand it out as far as we can with that. We're busting at the seams there.
Well, that's good business, and you're growing like that. That's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah. So I know you offer lawnmowers, obviously from Eden Lawnmower, but there are other things and brands. What all products and services and so on do you offer, Joey?
Yeah. So of course we started. Back when it really was at the very beginning, there was not a lot of lawnmowers. Okay, so it was a lot of chainsaws and really not a lot of trimmers, just mainly chainsaws and some push mowers. That's morphed into now huge lawnmowers, that we can get up to 144-inch, mowers. We just sold a 96-inch. So, right now we offer, I always try to say that our model is to touch anything on the exterior aesthetics of a piece of property.
Okay.
So from grass, the equipment to cut the grass, keep the property maintained, seed and fertilizers to keep the grass growing, turf renovation stuff to go along with that seed product. And then we also have tractors to keep more for the small hobbyist farmers, and then that way anybody that's got a little acreage wants to keep, the mini farms maintained. We've grown into that as well, and we've recently taken on some pool supplies to be able to help. Again, outdoor people need chemicals, so this was a joint effort between Dyers and Eden Lawnmower.
Okay, I knew they had gotten away from that, so you've taken that on.
Yeah, John's willing to support us and help us kind of keep that tradition going that Dyers had.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you supply not only individuals, small hobbies, commercial, I guess, a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I always say our main core focus is landscape contractors, of course, municipalities, anything government related with colleges and universities, to homeowners with acreage, down to residential customers.
Okay. Covers it all.
Yeah, that's what we try to do.
That's what you try to do. That's great. All right. Well, I know, Joey, I have my biggest problem, I think, with my lawn is something that comes up in the summertime, nut sedge, What's the common thing that most people encounter, though? That I don't know if that's very
Mm-hmm.
common, but what's the common thing that a lot of folks encounter with weed problems or
Yeah.
lawn problems, I guess maybe?
Yeah, especially you start seeing this, especially in the summertime when it starts getting a little dry.
Right.
That's when most of the weeds start to take place. Crabgrass is probably a big one, and clover. Those are your two major that I hear the most of.
Okay.
But of course, you got fescue versus Bermuda, and so different zoysia grasses. So different grasses could carry different diseases at certain times.
Okay.
So we try to keep a select supply of some what we call weed and feed, or something to try to balance that, where it kill the weeds out and help grow the grass as well.
Okay. So if with my problem, I'm going to come to you. Anybody can come to you and say, I've got this problem. What do I do?
Yeah. And if we don't have it there, we'll find you a solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's our game plan. We find solutions to problems.
Well, I know you've been there a pretty good while now. Tell me one or two of your most interesting stories about either a customer or a service or something that you've encountered. I know there's always something.
Yeah, every day is different. That's why I love the job.
Yeah.
But I would say, some common things that's happened in the past that I find interesting is, somebody says a mower won't start, and I always start with basics. Do you have fuel in it?
Right.
And there has been times that we've had something come in,
right,
and it just, they just forgot. It might have been new product, and they're thinking the worst of the worst, and it's like we just drop back to the basics, and just say, hey, make sure we got fuel. Your blades are disengaged. That's another common one. Blades they cut them off with blades engaged, and you got that PTO engaged. So anyway, those are some pretty common but easy fixes.
Okay.
They're the ones I like, because we can talk to the customer over the phone and kind of work them through it.
Right.
So
they don't even have to come in sometimes. You
that's
can talk
right.
them on the phone.
That's right. We'll just kind of help them over the phone.
All right. But also, now I've got an old John Deere mower, tractor, and I've had it for, probably 20 years. So how do I know if my mower, my equipment, how do I know if it needs some special service, something to keep it going for years?
So we always recommend, we do service specials in the wintertime, usually December through February. Keeping the equipment maintained. I think the three major components on a piece of equipment that you really need to focus on is, one is air filter. That's what's going to keep dirt from ingesting into the engine and starting to wear the engine down from the inside.
Right.
Lubrication, so making sure we've got oils being changed on a regular basis. And then quality cut, it goes down to the blades.
Right.
So make sure we got a good sharp set of blades on there, and the deck's pretty level.
All right. And how do you tell if your blades need sharpening?
So usually you can look at them, and it's kind of like a knife. If you can't really cut a piece of paper,
Right.
But probably one of the key indicators, if you start seeing your grass is on the top tips are turning a little yellow.
Okay.
When you cut, then that's probably a good indicator that blades are starting to be a little dull. And
Okay.
it's time to maybe replace or get sharpened. Yeah.
Now you mentioned air filters. Do you? I know some of those are totally replaceable. Others, the foam type, can you wash those, or should you wash those? Or?
Yep. Each are different. So yeah, any paper type filter, you definitely want to just kind of either knock out, or replace. And then some of the foamed type filters can be washed out and then let dried, and then apply a little oil to them.
Okay.
And they'll do that. But a lot of things are going to paper filters now. The foamed systems are kind of fading out.
Okay. I guess it shows mine is old, I guess. All right. You mentioned a while ago the wintertime specials things. What about, do you have any specials going on now?
So right now, actually Toro and Steel, they're two of the brands that we represent. They both have specials on certain models. Some of the commercial models for Toros got up to $1,250 off, or 0% for 48 months on financing. The steel products, again, depending on whether you want battery or gas, they both have different types of promotions. Some are dollars off, some are free batteries, and then on the gas, it's mainly dollars off.
Okay.
So,
And are the batteries, are they powered? Are they becoming more and more popular?
we are selling just about as much battery as we are gas products now.
What about the how do I say the output, the energy of the battery versus the gas? How does that compare?
Yeah, I think, when you think about power wise, I think they have just as much power.
Okay.
A lot of people look at minutes that it runs, and it sometimes seems low, but you've got to understand that that would be an individual engaging a throttle or a trigger and keeping it held down for, let's say, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Typically in a job, you're not doing that. You're doing a little work, you're cleaning up. You're doing a little work, cleaning up. So, but I've been surprised. A lot of these battery powered equipment are really lasting through the jobs. I've been using it myself personally since 2018.
Okay. And cost comparison, how does the gas versus battery?
Their mid-grade series, Steel's mid-grade series, these AK series are pretty in line with a gasoline model.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good. So for those, especially those folks very environmental friendly, that's certainly something to look at then.
Yeah, and we also are getting a lot of, we're in an area that a lot of people hunt, and these individuals are taking them out and putting them on their ATVs or UTVs and being able to kind of clear lanes. And then I've got a lot of individuals that keep a chainsaw in their truck in case a tree on the side of the road is up. They clean up, and they don't have to worry about gas. And the city, actually, the fire department is they've rolled out, they're pretty much transitioning everything into a battery setup for some of their safety calls and things like that.
Well, that's it. Very, very interesting. So even they're transitioning to that. So now you mentioned Steel and Toro. What other brands do you carry? Other brands?
Yeah. So Yanmar is our tractor brand. That's an old company, been around about 105 years. Stinger is one of our turf renovation companies where we can offer aeration and spreaders and different things like that. We do support Billy Goat is an old brand that can do debris loaders.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
So if you're looking to, for vacuums or getting up leaves, and they're probably right now our major. We're looking at other brands right now, but so far these manufacturers and companies have supported us well and support the customer well. So that's what it's about. I mean, it's a relationship that we want to make sure that's maintained from top to bottom.
Right. And with your vendors, I know you have to have a good relationship because you want that relationship to carry through. Because if you have a product that doesn't last,
that's it.
And that's you've lost that trust with that relationship with your customer. So you don't want that.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. Now I know we have talked a little bit about the chambers with Eden Lawnmower and even the county and even talking some into Virginia as well. So what are the plans for Eden Lawnmower and the region and so on? How are you approaching that, Joel?
Yeah. So we are excited to be growing. That's a positive thing. With growth comes opportunity.
Right.
So right now we're currently looking to build a new facility within the area.
Okay.
Within Eden, and hopefully be able to expand a little bit more of our showroom presence and to accommodate more technicians down the road. But we're also looking to expand into other areas, Virginia being one.
Right.
And it's just a little time consuming thing, but it's definitely on our radar, probably within the next year or two.
Okay.
Trying to expand into those areas.
Yeah, I think that you're talking about even going into Virginia. That sometimes people think about the state line as somewhat of a wall, but it's not.
No,
It's not,
no.
and we're just a few miles from there, and so I think that's why wouldn't you go that way as well as go south, go north
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
and look at the opportunities there.
That's it. It's I really feel like that between Rockingham County, Henry County, Pennsylvania County, we have a great infrastructure now to be able to really, I feel like, have some growth opportunities
Right.
to, kind of compete with the Triad
Yeah,
and Greensboro
exactly.
area, the Triangle area, and things like that in the
Right.
future. And so, I'd like to try to stay ahead of the game on
Well,
it.
absolutely, yeah. Well, I know from being in your place of business, and you talk about expanding and more brands or whatever. I looked and I think, well, you have to hang some things from the ceiling if you're going to do much more.
Yeah. Yeah, my staff gets on me all the time. My team is, because I'm one that's I can see it and I kind of want it quick, but they have to, Joey, we got to slow down. We can't even put what we got where it's
Yeah.
at. I'm like, well, we can put it on top of the roof if we have to.
Right. We can't, well, we may have to brace it a little bit. We're going to build another story up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So if I want to have some service or, come, how do what do I need to do, Joey, to contact you to ask those questions that I need to know about?
Yeah. So always can call us at 336-623-3902. That's our phone number. We're really growing our social presence too. So using the social platforms to DM us is another kind of a good, quick way to get a hold of us.
Right.
Sometimes the phone rings so much it's hard to answer it, but we've got time to answer text or direct messaging through the different platforms.
Yeah.
So we are set up on all Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter. So
yeah, you're on our local app as well, so
Yep.
that people can get in contact
Yep.
with you that way as well.
Yep.
So website, telephones, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Website is very easy, EdenLawnmower.com. And you can send messages through there. So we try to open it up the best we can to have different avenues.
Right.
As we do that.
Well, now along with that, what are your hours of service too? When are you open?
So Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then Saturdays, 9 to 12.
9 to 12.
Yep.
Okay. So for those folks that are working 8 to 5, they can still
We got
come in Saturday
a
morning.
little bit of time on Saturdays
There
to
you go.
come get it done. And we work with individuals. If they're talking to us and they need, half the time we don't leave at 5.
Right.
We're
right.
there for a little while.
Yeah.
If they need, if they'll call us, let us know, hey, we can set an appointment.
Right.
We work with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good. So, what advice do you have to give to folks for their lawns, for the service, or what advice from an experienced guy like you
Yeah.
would you give our public?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is we're getting into mowing season.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people just go ahead and make sure the unit's ready, it's maintained.
Right.
Do a little service on it, like we talked earlier. Just check the oil, make sure the air filter's good. Another big thing too is fuel. Just try to run. We always recommend non-ethanol fuel for small engines.
Okay.
Now, if it's something you're running consistently every week, you can kind of get by with some ethanol fuel, but we try and really recommend non-ethanol fuel. We've got several stations within Eden that support it, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit of cost difference, but it will save some maintenance down the road.
Right.
So that would probably be my biggest advice to individuals right now as they're using things. Remember that fuel's only good for about 14 days. So I try not to fill up a 5-gallon tank anymore. I just try to about 2 gallons most.
Really? Okay.
Just something that I can kind of really turn that fuel.
Okay.
Because that can become a problem. Outside of that, just make sure your safety devices are good, and everybody wants to see you at the end of the mowing season. So
Right,
just
right.
keep your safeties.
Yeah,
Everything.
I think that's something that I would recommend from a safety perspective as well. Mowing, weed eating, that type of thing. Earplugs, safety
Yes.
glasses, those type things. They can prevent some very harmful things to happen
Yeah.
happening to you.
Yeah.
So,
Chainsaws, I always say chaps
yeah.
and helmets.
Yep.
Things like that.
Yeah. All right. Now we talked about getting the equipment ready for the mowing season, the summer, and that type of thing. What would you do when you end the mowing season I have gasoline left in my tank. What do I do over those winter months to make sure that it's ready, that I can get it started again?
Yep. Couple things we can do there is some machines have a fuel cutoff. You could cut it off, add stabilizer to your fuel that's already in the fuel tank. Cut the fuel off, crank it, let it run itself completely out of fuel.
Okay.
And hopefully that will help, again, trying making sure we have a good fuel in there. And then, like I said, just take advantage of our specials.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll start it, if somebody's done by November, we might even start it then, November through February. Go ahead and get that thing maintained, ready to go.
Yeah.
And the other biggest thing is batteries. Maybe just kind of taking the battery out of it. Because even when the machine's not running, it's sitting there. There's a lot of electronics on these machines nowadays that will still draw a little amperage that can draw that battery down while it's sitting there. So I always say disconnect it, keep it in a decent climated area. And if you have some type of charging system, a trickle charger or something, just kind of keep that battery maintained.
All right. So yeah, a trickle charger, I guess. But what about leaving your batteries just charging all the time? If it's not a trickle charger, what would you recommend?
I just charge it up and then just make sure it stays disconnected.
Okay.
Undo your positive, negative cables, and then just kind of leave it like that so that it's not drawing anything.
All right. What about battery replacement? What if I've got a particular brand and the battery's gone on it? Can you replace?
Oh yeah, and we can test them. We can test the battery and let you know what the status of it is, whether it needs to be charged. We can charge it, and then retest it, and then let you know that, hey, yes, this should be good. If it's not, we do have replacement batteries at the store. We do run interstate batteries, try to have a good quality battery for replacement.
Okay, so if it's a brand that you don't carry, what can you take care of that as well? Okay.
Yes, yep. It doesn't have to be a Toro. Most of these batteries, we keep the batteries in stock.
Okay.
For just about everything.
All right. Anything else that you want to add, recommend, or say about Eden Lawnmower as we wind up?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank my team. I mean, without a good team, any business is can struggle. We've had an amazing team, and we're looking to hire more amazing people. And so, we really want to strive on, our goal is to add value to the customer, and whatever that means. So we love feedback. Please reach out to me directly. My cell phone is 336-589-4099. I love feedback, positive, negative, because that's how we learn. That's how we want to make sure that we're providing the right amount of quality service with products and parts and service that the consumers need in this area.
Okay.
So just reach out to us and come and talk to us. We love talking to people. Yeah, we do. We do.
Well, that's great. Yeah, go in and talk to Joey or any of his folks working there. They'll be glad to help you and answer your questions and do whatever you need. So, Joey, thank you. Joey White from Eden Lawnmower, thank you so much for being here today. It was very informative. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.